Hello. There, mic's turned on. That would help. Okay. There we go. Hi, Alex. There. Okay. It's hard getting the camera right there with the calendar up for picking on the scheduled live. Happy Valentine's Day. You can see better? It's really hard to tell because the light washes out, but I got a pink shirt on. Ugh. I just got a fresh coffee. According to my laptop time, it's actually 8:29, so I guess it was a bit early. Hi, Lisa. Awkward Quilter GA. Thank you for joining. I know you're one of Joe's moderators, so I know you got busy work to do for that. So thank you for coming by. All right. I'm working on coasters. Oh, thanks, Alex. This is not the normal way I do them. Usually I use the backing like cheater binding, but these are the sort of sew them together like right sides together with a piece of batting and then flip it around because I have an edge here that's not sewn. That's where I turned it through. I've just got it clipped so it doesn't move around. So what I'm going to do is put some lines of stitching, just a couple through here to hold it so it doesn't wiggle around. And then I'm going to go around and like top stitch it and make sure this gets closed. So this one's ready to get basically finished sewing. Hello, Gladys, the confident quilter. Oh, that's okay, Lisa. She says she can't stay, but always want to support you. I do appreciate it, Lisa. I know you're massively busy and got lots going on. So I do appreciate that. And Alex says my dogs are so cute. Oh, thanks. They were just running around in the backyard, but my husband let them in a minute ago. It kind of clouded up last night, and I thought we were going to get some rain. Well, or maybe wet snow, but it all went away again. The sun's back out, so I guess it's going to be a sunny Valentine's Day. Now, this one I have ready to be sewn all around. See, I have my two pieces right sides together. I have a piece of batting, so I'll leave a gap and I'll sew it around. And for measurements, not that you have to make these the same size, whatever. Make them what you want to make them. I cut 3.5-inch squares. And because I had some 2.5-inch strips ready, I just used them, but you don't need to make it that big unless you want a really big coaster. You could do mug rugs like this too, whatever, it doesn't matter. Do you. But what I did was when I sewed them all around, I took the middle and I squared it up with 1.5 inches around that square. So the measurement for the top and the backing is 6 inches. And the batting is 5.5. Because I don't want to sew the batting. I want to just go sew like right along the edge. Because it's really hard to turn when you have batting in the way. You only want fabric. Make sense? I just sort of cobbled this together with drawing and thinking out of my head. There's been a few people that have done something like this. I know Joanna's one of them because I watch her videos all the time and she's very clever and does all kinds of stuff. So I probably saw hers. I probably saw about 10 other people do this. So I'm just like, well, I guess I can figure this out. It can't be that hard. Good morning, Al. Allison is scene stitching. She's waving back. Hi, Joan Meyer. Oh, you forgot Valentine's Day? We kind of haven't really done a load of Valentine's Day ever since our son was born. He turned 24 yesterday on the 13th. So as soon as we had a baby, Valentine's Day was like out the window. But I happen to have a heart earring, so might as well wear them. So for right now, I'm going to take another one of these little red pieces and I'm going to sew it onto a strip of pink that I had. It's like pink gingham. Can you guys see that okay? Tomorrow we're having some company, friends, family, do up a thing for my son's birthday. So I thought, well, I'll whip up a few coasters and put them out for people. Then I'll put them in my stash. So let me just get this going sewing here. I really hope you guys can hear me okay. I did turn the mic on. I don't know, tech problems. Oh yeah, Joe said to come over. Yes, thanks, Joan. Joe is lovely. I've subscribed to her for ages. If I want to make, thanks, Joan. If I want to make practical type projects and I can't kind of get my head around it, I go look at Joe's channel and I go look at Marie's Scrappy Creations, because between the two ladies, I find everything. I'm like, how do I do that? Well, it's kind of like this, or maybe that. And as soon as I go and look, it's like, aha, got it. So, both of those two ladies have saved my life a number of times. Oh, of course, my scissors are up here. I did not get to make the dogs bandanas. I did have some, but they're too small. I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking, and I made small squares. Whatever. Anyway, I put them in my charity donate pile. And next week, when the Valentine fabric's on sale, I'm going to go to Fabricland and I'm going to get 2 meters of something, because I want to cut a 22-inch square. The dogs are big. They have big fluffy necks. I need a long piece. So I folded, I don't know what that, right triangles and hypotenuse and all that stuff. I don't know what that long distance is. But I need that to go around their neck and tie twice. That's why I want to make it big. Alex says, hey, Kelly, I have a question. Why the live stream doesn't show in full screen? Any problems? I don't know about that. Sorry, Alex. I'm using the free version of Streamlabs. Just fiddle with your YouTube settings, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why. It's messed around a little bit. When I was trying to do the phone camera the other day, when I was trying to get my phone camera to work, it did mess some stuff up. And I checked everything over, but it seemed like it was okay. So I'm not sure. Hi, Joe. See, now I can't even really move. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. It's been a week, okay? I have 2 help tickets into Streamlabs because something funny's going on, and I don't know what. So bear with me for now. Hopefully that's resolved. I don't know. And once I see, the thing was, when I tried the test for the phone camera, I had the picture fully in my little thingy on Streamlabs here, like it was big, right? And then I thought, well, I can have 2, but I couldn't. So I had the laptop camera over top, and I couldn't get it big enough. And then when I got rid of the phone camera, then I couldn't get the laptop camera size big enough. And sorry. It's been very frustrating, let me tell you. Ow! Oh, I guess it helps if I have the iron on. Okay, press that, and let's go and sew this while I'm thinking of it. I think for this one, I'm just going to stitch in the ditch down each side. Maybe across too. I don't know. We'll see. Something like that. It doesn't need a load of stitching. It just needs a little bit to hold it together. So, hey. Okay. Maybe a tiny bit bigger. There we go. Probably should have put my walking foot on for this, but it doesn't really matter too much for something this small. But usually that's what I do. So I'm going to wait and see what the Streamlabs people say, if I get an email back about what the heck is going on. And in the meantime, I will just fiddle the best I can. Let me just do this one more line here. I just don't want the batting moving around in the middle of it. Come on. There we go. Oh, I lied. I guess the dogs are still outside. That's Henry's bark. I think I'll put one right down the middle too. There. What now? Come on. Now my machine doesn't want to work. No, there we go. I lied. There. Hang on, let me turn this a little bit. Can you see on the back better, maybe? Got threads here. So now all I have to do for this one, maybe I should give it another pressing before I do it, is go around the edge and like top stitch it together. Good morning, Deb S. Hi, so Terry. Yeah, apologies all for my goofy picture. I don't know what's going on. It's probably something that I missed when I got rid of the phone camera as a source and put the laptop camera back, but I was very annoyed yesterday. And when I looked at it this morning, it was fine. So I don't know. Oh, hi, Ferris. Good morning. No, you sweetheart, you can't come in here. You're too big. Go on. Oh, and Henry's in here too. You got to see what Mom's up to? Okay. Okay, now I'm going to show you something here. This isn't a problem exactly because it isn't really going to matter, but once I've done the little lines of quilting, you can kind of see where the backing fabric shows a little bit. But now the lines of quilting there, I can't just roll it down and then press it out of the way. It'll make like bumps. So that is what it is right now. So that's the downside to doing this way. Unless you have your two fabrics the same, then it wouldn't really matter. There's also another way you can do this if you wish, and I might try it. I'm not sure yet. Instead of having a plain backing, you can have it reversible and use two. One's the front, one's the back. Now I gotta go close the door. Hold on. Okay. Oh, the right way. Janice has joined us. Good morning, Janice. Thanks for coming in. That door does not have a lock. And you know how you can get the latch type of door handles where they just, you push it up or down, right? It's not a knob that you turn, it's a latch. Well, Ferris has figured out himself, because, well, they're tall dogs, right? He just puts his nose under the latch and goes, boop, and opens the door. That's how they got in. So I'm just going to go around here and do my top stitching and close up my open bit, and this one can be called done. I'm kind of torn which way I like better for coasters, the cheater binding way or this way. I happen to be using hot pink thread because I thought that would look good. And I'm just doing a straight stitch. But if you wanted to put some kind of decorative stitch around the edge, if your machine's got a lot of fancy stitches, you want to do something cute, flowers or something, go nuts. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Clip off, whoops. Clip off the wild threads. There's one there. Got a little crazy on the back here. All right. Ta-da! Oh, Janice says she has a panel and some fat eighths from that line. Yeah, it's cute fabric, isn't it? I like it. Oh, Terry says they're awesome dogs. Enjoy them. Yeah, they're lovely. Joan Meyer says I should make one of those for hubby. Yeah, go ahead. If anybody makes anything that I make, if you're going to make it, put it on your channel and tag me, or just email me and say, hey, look what I did. I love to see stuff like that. Because we all do our own thing, right? And different takes on things. And somebody has a great idea somewhere and goes, hey, check this out, right? That's the best part of YouTube, is everyone got their own thing, right? All right, get my clips out of the way. All right, there's one. Okay. Oh, hang on, I got to get one of my pens. One sec. And that needs more pink. I'm going to back on there. I'm going to mark this. I've been fiddling around with the gemstone quilt a bit. Tomorrow for the family thing, my sister's coming over, and we're going to have a clandestine chat because my mom will also be here. Our mom will be here. So we need to figure out when our next working day is. And she's been super busy with stuff with her kids and everything this week, so she might not have had a chance to make any of the other pieces that she took home for homework. She's going to see. If she can't do it, then I'll do it, because I got a busy life, but her kids are both at home and doing college-y things, and mine aren't, so I have a little bit more time than she does. Okay. That one's ready to go. Coffee. Now, for today, later on, a bunch of us are going over to the brewery where our son is a brewer. It was originally going to be just hubby and I going to meet him after work, because he is the brewer at the local location of this craft brewery. The original location is in Abbotsford, the next city to us. And when he was hired like last May as a brewer, he was just one of the brewers, and he went back and forth. But it didn't take them long for them to figure out that he knew what he was doing. And because he lives here, they said, well, you can be the brewer in Chilliwack then. So that's why he's at this location. And he's been at work for an hour already, because it gets off at 4. So we were going to go and join him, and then some friends of ours went, oh, hey, you're going to go do that. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, we'll come. And then there's about 10 of us actually going to wind up there. And his regulars from the brewery that he used to work at, they all come to this brewery now. It's called Field House. If I think of it later, I will use my phone and do a little film just so you guys can see it a bit. Obviously not inside. I mean, that's privacy and all that, but I'll film the front of it. And they're sort of like on this little alleyway, so they have a patio, and it's really nice. The website, I was looking it up last night because I wanted to see what their menu was. They've got like pizzas and sandwiches and whatnot. It's not a vast menu, but Kyle says the food's good. So fieldhousebrewing.com, I think, is the website. But I'll look it up and put it in my description box. They do a few less pizzas than they used to, because they had a brick pizza oven that was imported from Italy, and it cracked. So now they have to get a new pizza oven imported from Italy for several $1,000s. Yeah, Al says, sorry, your channel name always throws me. Allison. Sounds like a good time to share Valentine's Day and birthday. Yep. That's what happens when you have a baby for Valentine's Day. The day after he was born, I had a C-section, so I was stuck in the hospital for a little bit. The nurses came around and put heart stickers on all the, you know how they put the baby's little card at the end of their bassinet thing they lay them in? So that's in his book, his little blue thing. He didn't have a name yet, though, because hubby and I couldn't decide. So he's Baby Boy Mueller with this bright red shiny heart sticker on it. And he's number 2, so, the second one always gets, yeah, whatever. He's got a big sister. Ugh. Yes, Allison, it sort of snowballed a little bit from what it was originally, but that's okay. It'll be good. Okay, so I want to show you this before I sew it. When I'm going to sew this one together, there we go, I'm going to sew right along the edge of the batting in the fabric. It's pretty much a 1/4 inch. That's kind of why I did the sizing, the way I did it. It's maybe slightly less than, but pretty close. Okay, we got to go from here. Oh, here, I'll turn you a bit. Basically, if you make your batting 1/2 inch smaller than your top and back, you will have enough to do a good seam all around it. Whoop, that's too far. There, okay. I am catching the batting a little bit in parts, but it's minor. And I did put some spray basting on it just to hold it down so it wasn't shifty as I was trying to sew it. Okay, just about. Okay, back to the beginning. Okay. Get all my pins out of the way. Ugh. So what has everybody else got going on the weekend? Oh, that's bent. Lovely. Okay, that one goes in my sharps thing. Okay, so. Whoops. Cut that off too. Oh, we got that caught there. Hang on. So I sewed around except for that area where the purple marks is. There's an opening there. for turning out. And before you turn it through, clip off your corners so there's no bulk. So don't cut your stitching line, obviously, but go right close to that and just go across it. Just like, then when you turn it through, you don't have a big bulky corner there. It's hard enough turning it through anyway and getting it perfectly straight and pointy. I usually use a chopstick. Or sometimes I close my snips up and I use that, or a pen, or various other things. I should get one of those purple things, I guess, and that would probably be a good poking out tool. Okay. Let's get the pink back in business here. Whoops. Tuck that under there. There's that one. A couple of years ago, I made a Valentine mug rug for a friend of mine. That's got a lot of views lately. And last year I did like a quilt as you go kind of, well, it's kind of a table runner. It's a large mug rug, basically. I put it on top of the bookshelf I have. So it's not like a big long one for a table. I don't know the size of it. I forget. I took my tape measure out to the top of the bookshelf and went, close enough. So right now it's sitting there with 2 pink candles on it. Okay, press that. Make sure the iron's hot. And I'll turn this around while I talk to you. Okay. Allison says, as a kid, my family called me Al and still do from time to time, so no worries, Kelly. I get Kel a lot. But that's okay. I have a friend named Allison, too. She spells it Allyson. So usually she gets Allie most of the time. Oh, I kind of made my opening a little small, didn't I? Well, I'm trying to turn this through as I'm talking to you. Come. There we go. The batting does kind of go a little wild when you turn it through. So just be prepared for that if you're doing this method. I discovered that with the other one. I was like, where the heck did that batting go? So you got to kind of shove your finger in there and smooth it all down, and it gets there in the end. It's just a little bit of, you know, that whole corner's messed up. Come on. Okay, what I usually do too, it might be hard for you guys to see this, but I put my hand in with my middle finger. Now, not that I have a massively long nail on my middle finger, but I shove it in there so that my middle finger is along the edge, and I basically hold it and drag my fingernail along the seam to push it out as much as possible. Sorry, Alex, what's available? The little tool. I keep thinking of it and then I never remember to order one. That's just, me not paying attention. I'll get one eventually. But usually a chopstick works pretty good, actually. And I do have a very large, I always forget where the camera is, a very large left thumbnail, so I'm just shoving that into the corner right now. I don't pay attention. Being right-handed, my right thumbnail breaks a lot, but my left one hardly ever does. And I realize, oh my goodness, that's very long. I should go cut that down. There. Okay, so now I got this kind of woggly, open, messy thing. So I usually pull it. I'm trying to show you guys. Hold it on the seam and put your index fingers right at the edge of where the opening is and kind of give it a little tug like that. And it'll sort of fold under. Not terrifically, but it kind of does it. And then you can just sort of squeeze it together from there. This does work better if your opening is relatively small. If you have a big opening, it doesn't quite do it as nicely. But you can kind of experiment with that. So hold it with your middle finger and thumb and put your index finger right on the edge and just go and tug it. And it will kind of pop down into a nice semi-decent fold. You'll have to fiddle with it a bit, but it's a good start. And then I just put my fingers on where I just did the fold and just kind of rub it into place. And I'm going to go press it and everything too, but that's kind of a good way to do it. I saw that somewhere again on YouTube, not sure where. So let's just press that down. And sometimes if it doesn't go into place properly, I press one side and then the other side. Like I'm kind of going to press the back here because that side's popping out. So one sec. Doesn't want to cooperate. Roll it down a tiny bit more. Just run the tip of the iron over it. Help it along. That's better. Okay. There. I should probably clip that actually. Okay. One sec. That looks good from that way. Maybe not there so much. There. Okay. Make sure the end is in there. There. Okay, that should be fine. You're not putting in a quilt show. It's just a coaster. Do the best you can. But now that I've pressed it, I'm going to put clips on there just to hold it. Before I put my quilting stitches on it and go around the edge. Press this open. Oh, hang on. Press that way. There. There. So I got this part done too. It needs a trim and then I'll put pink on the other side, but I'll do that later. And I have 3 more pieces of this cutout. I just had a chunk I cut up. So I might make a few more. If not, I'll just use those for scrap because I got more of it. Whatever. We shall see. Okay. Depends what I have time for today before I go out and whatever. What are we at now? 10 after 9. All right. So I don't know what I'm going to do for you guys in 2 weeks on the 28th. We'll see. Oh, Alex has a question. I have a question. Curtains are often a blend of synthetic fabrics. Typical combination of polycotton. Probably, Alex, but I'm not a seamstress. I've only ever done quilting, so I don't really sew with different fabrics. But you could be right about that. Because they're meant to be sort of drapey, right? So that's why you need the synthetics, because cotton's a little bit too stiff, I would think. That makes sense to me. So you're probably correct, but yeah, sorry, I couldn't tell you. Excuse me. All right, one more sip. So what I was trying to do yesterday on the stream that didn't work, I've got all those great big pieces of the wolf quilt. Gladys, you will get this because you've been doing your elephant this whole time, right? And I thought, well, I'll just test out my phone for the camera and chit chat. And my husband was off shopping with his dad. I had peace and quiet. I thought, we'll just give this a go. So I got out one of my big hunks of the wolf quilt and I started picking out paper. Well, then, of course, it decided not to do the chat. Oh, for goodness sake. So I just gave up. So we'll see. Depending what goes on the rest of the month, we'll see what I do for February the 28th. I might just do a chit-chatty session and sit here picking. But then again, I kind of need the phone for that, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing, maybe? I don't know. And it also depends on what my sister and I get accomplished for the gem quilt, because I'm working on a video for that, but I'm doing it as we go. So eventually you're going to get that, but I might also throw it in the live too. So bye, Alex. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Alex lives in the UK, so it's getting a bit late. So I'll do something in 2 weeks, but I don't know what that something's going to be. I got to take all this here. Actually, well, I don't know if you guys can see this. One sec. This is it's kind of mishmashy, but can you see all those pinned up pattern pieces? Somewhat okay. That is the marquise cut block. So that's one corner of it, for example. I got to take that all down and clip it. That's the sapphire colors. But I got to clip it all together. And then down here, when my sister and I had our work day, we were working on the aquamarine pieces. We have to make 2 cushion cut blocks. So between me and her, we just did a whole bunch of pieces. And then she took them home. So I'm just sort of keeping them in a pile. If she was able to get any more done and brings them to me, I'll trim them, because she's got something with her going on with her left shoulder, and she can't hold a quilting ruler, and she doesn't have enough force. So I told her, don't worry about it, just make them up, baste them, and I will trim them. That's fine, no problem. So they're just out of this way for the moment, unless she brings me some back. And then, I know what I can show you, because they're still sitting here. Christy brought these to me last week. I was supposed to wash them. Didn't have time. I don't know if you guys can see all this. They're kind of lumped together. There are 5 fabrics here. These are the garnet fabrics. Our dad's birthday was January the 5th. So I got to wash all these. The middle red is, this one's ruby. I remember the name of that one. I think this one's just red. This one is brick, I think. And primrose, and I forget what the light, or maybe the light one's primrose and this one's something else. Whatever. Anyway, this is going to wind up being a round block. But my next project, I suppose, is get them washed. Because these are going to run like, probably not the lightest 2, but these ones, the middle 3, for sure, I'm going to wash those. And starch them. Isn't it, Allison? They're Konas. Yeah, they turn out really good, but the greens that the author of the book chose for emerald are atrocious. So my sister is going to go, there's a fabric store. She lives a little bit west of me, and there's a fabric store. You can order from them too, which I have done before. But she's going to go there because it's directly across the river, and all she has to do is nick across one bridge that's right relatively close to her house. So she's going to go when she has time, probably this week. She was thinking of it this week, and look at what they have for Bella solids. Because I had a look at the Moda website, and there's colors like, well, one of the colors they have is called emerald. There's leprechaun. There's Kelly green. There's a whole bunch in that greenish tone from light to dark that will probably work. But what we did when we went to buy the other fabrics was we took the bolts and we laid them out in order from lightest to darkest and made sure that they all look good together before we said, yes, those are the ones we're going to use. Just to be positive. And we've tweaked a little bit on some of the colors, but that green has got to be, yeah, the lightest color she uses is kind of a limey yellow. I don't think so. And I took the book into one of the local quilt stores here that has Bella solids. They don't have enough at the moment, but I was explaining what I was doing, and I showed them the example block, and the shop owner went, ew. So it wasn't just my sister and I that thought that was weird. Everybody else is like, oh, okay. Anyway. Hi, Kim. Kim Burris has joined us. Yeah, sorry, I'm not doing anything right now. Blabbing away. You guys are used to that. All right. I probably should stop this because I have to do a little bit more finicky stuff right now, and I don't really want to bore you guys with that. So I think I'll finish up and fiddle with my coasters. Even if I only have 2 to put out for my family tomorrow, that's fine. Whatever. It's okay. I'll make something up. We'll see. Depends how the rest of my day goes today, because I got other things I have to do besides sewing and this. All right, so yeah, sorry about all my tech issues lately. I really don't know what the plan is. Depends what my help tickets say from Streamlabs. And well, we just do what we can do. I'm not a tech genius by any means. I just fiddle around and do the best I can. So you guys get me as you get me. So I'm sorry, Kim, but I'm going to lovely Neva. I can't even freaking talk today. What the heck? I don't know. Maybe I should start this week over again. Anyhow, all right. I will see you around YouTube over the weekend as I have time. And thanks for coming in, everybody. I do appreciate it that you guys all join me for whatever I happen to be doing. I'm tremendously grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you in 2 weeks with me doing something, and we'll see. And if, I don't know, maybe I'll think up some totally new project by then and go, aha. You never know. Anyway, okay, I'm going to cancel this for now and see you all around. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye bye.